Buenas tardes, mis estudiantes favoritos. Aquí estamos otra vez. Here we are again. And today we're taking a giant leap into space, into Spanish space. We're going to be starting on, as you see here on the V-text, on page 32, the present tense of regular AR verbs. What the heck does that mean? Well, it means that we are going to be able to do a lot more now than we ever have been to date. We know that verbs are action words. They are what really create the activity in a language, and we're going to be looking at quite a few of them. This first lesson, we're going to look at the first two columns here in this module, this part of the lesson, because it's just too much to take on all of these at the same time. And as I mentioned on my lecture page before this video, there are a couple of ways to do what we call conjugate, which sounds like so much fun, doesn't it? We already have done it with one verb, and that was with the verb ser. Now we are going to get, oh, there's Mr. Highlighter. We're going to get onto the runway. The wheels of the plane are going to go up, and so are we. Up into the air, and we're going to take on a whole new wonderful experience in Spanish, and that is learning to use the verbs. And the first group is called the AR verbs. And of course, the present tense means that we're talking in the present. We're living in the now, which is a good thing. And regular means that all of these verbs that we see here, and thousands more in Spanish, have identical endings, which is good news. It's the largest group of verbs in Spanish. Also good news, because they are regular. They've all had their activia, and they're all feeling great. And later in our book, in our course, we'll be seeing other groups of verbs, ERs and IRs, but that's down the road. So let's see what we can do today to get a handle on AR verbs. And what the book gives us first, of course, is it's a cognate, and it's an easier verb because of that. All of these verbs, as you see, down the line here, down the list, end in AR. And the first one that they give us is estudiar. Estudiar. And of course, what does it look like? It looks like study, and that's what it is. And of course, we have what's called our infinitive or infinitivo right here, the infinitivo, the little highlighter above the word. And what we do to make this verb come to life is the same thing that we did with ser. We have our people first, yo, I, tú, you, usted, you, the formal, él, he, and ella for the singular people, the singular subjects. And as you noticed again on the previous lecture page, I tend to put the usted, él, and ella underneath one another to make it just a little bit easier, even though they all have the same ending. Sometimes for some students it's easier to see it all down in one column. Then on the plural side, where there are more than one person, we still have the nosotros and nosotras. And of course we have here in the book the vosotros, which is the plural of two. We don't use that any longer. But they put it in the book just because we might see it in some literature or some older poetry or magazines. So just pretend that's not there. Then we have ustedes, you guys, ellos, they, meaning the masculine, the men, they, and ellas, the women, the feminine, they. And again, I put these, the plural ones, in a separate column over the right side here on that lecture page previous to this. Some of you may find that that works a little more easily for you. Some of you might find that this one column is easier. So because it's in the book, we're going to look at it in one column here today. So, how do we make a verb come alive other than the verb ser? By the way, can we conjugate the verb ser without looking? Let's try. Uno, dos, tres. Yo soy. I am. Tú eres. You are. Usted es. Él es. Ella es. You formal are. He is and she is. Nosotros and nosotras somos. Muy bien. We are. And we're not going to look at this one. Ustedes, you guys. Son. Ellos, they. Son. Ellas, they, the women. Son. Excelente. Excelente. And you're going to see some part of that pattern in the AR verb in a minute. So in order to conjugate an AR verb, here's how we do it. We drop the infinitive ending. In other words, we drop the AR. And we put the subjects or the people in front of it. And then we add our appropriate ending. Okay, so we take off the AR. We want to say, I study. It's yo estudio. So the O is the I ending. If you want to say, I study, you have to say yo estudio. Okay. You're studying. You're a friend. Tú. Tú estudias. You study or you are studying. It means both. And the AS means the tú. So if you want to say you are studying, you need to say tú estudias. Now, the usted, you study, is usted estudia. You are studying. Maybe someone you don't know very well. You would say, usted estudia, ¿verdad? You're studying, right? He is studying. Él estudia. He studies or is studying. And ella estudia. She is studying. Notice that they all three have the same ending, the A. That's why the book puts them on one line. And what I did on the previous lecture page is to put one underneath the other here, just to break it out a little bit and to make it a little bit easier and simpler to look at. Maybe, for some of you. Notice that now when we go to the plural, we want to say, we study. Nosotros, if it's a group of men, or if it's one man and 25 million women, it's nosotros. Nosotras would be a group of women. Study. Estudiamos. Nosotros or nosotras estudiamos. Amos, amos is the we ending. And the vosotros we're not going to look at it. I'll pronounce it for you. Vosotros estudiáis. Oof. Estudiáis. Who would even want to go there anymore? Thank goodness we don't. Now, we want to say you all, y'all, you guys, whether we know them or not, whether it's familiar or not, we use ustedes. You guys are studying, or y'all are studying. Ustedes estudian. The AN is for the ustedes. Ellos, they, the men, estudian. Ellas, they, the women, estudian. Okay. So now we see that this is all on one line as well. And I broke that down into separate lines on the previous lecture page. But what I do want you to notice is that the usted, él, and ella do have the same ending, all three of them. And so do the ustedes, ellos, and ellas, the an ending. So it makes it a little bit easier, not quite so many forms to memorize as ser. Every single thing was different in ser. So we have a pattern going here. And I want to move down a little bit, not up. Now, let's take a look at some of the verbs here. What they've done is to arrange them alphabetically to make it a little bit more, well, just organized, I think, to look at. So the first verb we're going to look at is bailar. Bailar. And we have that A and the I sound in there. Bailar. Bailar. To dance. Well, what if we want to say, I'm dancing? How do we do that? How do we conjugate bailar? Well, we just put the yo and then the O ending after we take off the AR. Yo bailo. So you can say yo bailo, I dance, or I am dancing. See? Yo bailo esta noche. I'm dancing tonight. How about you are dancing, or let's say you dance well, and we don't know the person very well. We just met them, but we're watching them on the dance floor, and we make a remark. You dance well. Well, let's see, how would I do that? First, I have to find the you, the usted, and then take off the AR, of course. And what's the usted ending? Ah, usted baila. Muy bien, señor. You dance very well. Sir, usted baila muy bien. What about we're dancing? Well, we need to find the we, nosotros or nosotras, and then the we ending, amos. Take off the AR. Nosotros bailamos. Muy mal. We don't dance very well. Nosotros bailamos. What if we wanted to say, let's try she. What about she? Ella. The ending is the a. Take off the AR. Ella baila. Ella baila. Let's try the women. They are dancing. We find they, of course, it's ellas. The ending is an. Take off the AR. Ellas bailan. Ellas bailan toda la noche. They're dancing all night, or they dance all night. So these are just a few examples orally now. I'm not writing these. This is for listening. Okay, and you can write them if you like while I'm talking and see how you do. You'll have plenty of chances on our homework in the VHL Super Site to write some of these. Let's take the second one. Buscar. Buscar. Buscar means to look for. The for is included in the infinitive. And remember how we talked about the infinitives being 2 words in English and only 1 word in Spanish. But that AR on the end tells us it's the infinitive. So buscar, to look for. How about, let's see, I'm looking for my backpack. And we haven't had my, but we could guess? What's the yo form? Yo has an O on it. Take off the AR. Yo busco mi mochila. Mi is M-I, my. Yo busco mi mochila. Okay. How about, let's see, the guys are looking for the book. Ellos, we just want to say they. The ending is A-N. Ellos buscan el libro. Ellos buscan el libro. Muy bien. I'm just taking a couple examples here of each one so that we don't take all of our afternoon, evening, or morning for these two columns. Caminar, to walk. I'm sure you've, well, not all of you maybe, but most of you or some of you have heard of the El Camino. Remember that car? It was a hot car way back when. And it comes from caminar, to walk, and from the Latin, meaning road, camino. And we still have caminos in California. We have the Camino Royal and some other caminos in Texas, Anyway, caminar is to walk. So if I want to say, I'm walking. Yo, we use the O ending, take off the AR. Yo camino. Yo camino a la clase, to the class. Yo camino a la clase. Now what if I want to say, you're walking to class too, right? So I want to use the tú and the AS ending. Tú caminas a la clase también, ¿verdad? You're walking to class too, right? Tú caminas a la clase también, ¿verdad? What about, let's try, he is walking. Okay. Él, we have to have the A ending. Camina. Él camina. Our next verb, cantar, to sing. Cantar, and there still are many musical terms like bel canto, and some, especially in sheet music, you'll see some Italian words that are from the Latin cantar, so it means to sing. How about they sing well? Then we want to make it a mixed group. It's maybe a choir. So we want to say they sing well. Ellos, and we need the AN ending. Take off the AR. Ellos cantan muy bien. Ellos cantan muy bien. Okay, they sing very well. How about she is singing? Well, we want to pick ella and the A ending. Ella canta. Ella canta. Next verb, comprar. Ooh, we have two R's right together. Comprar. Comprar. And remember, I know there are a few of you who are still challenged by the rolling R. So if you say comprar, no problema. No problem. So let's say I am buying a backpack. We want the I form, and the I ending is O. Pick off the AR. Yo compro. How do we say a backpack? Una mochila. Yo compro una mochila. And where are we getting it? A Walmart, por supuesto. At Walmart, of course. Yo compro una mochila a Walmart. How about, let's say we are buying some books. We are buying some books. And of course we know what that's going to mean next semester. El dinero, money. But for now, we is nosotros, if it's a mixed group. Amos is the we ending. So we take off the AR. Nosotros compramos unos libros. Nosotros compramos unos libros. We are buying some books. Next one. Contestar. Contestar. To answer. And of course we get the English word contest and to contest something in court, to argue it, to disagree, to contest. Both of these words come from Latin. So our AR verb to answer is contestar. Let's say I answer the question. Anyone know what the word question is? It's la pregunta. La pregunta. So if we want to say I answer the question, yo contesto la pregunta. I answer the question. Yo pregunto, oh, I'm sorry. Yo contesto la pregunta. Now, this verb, conversar, of course, to talk, you can see that it's really a cognate kind of verb because we get the word converse. And just because it's likely to be in some of your VHL Supersite homework assignments, it's a good idea to know that it's here and that sometimes we can use it. But it's kind of old-fashioned in Spanish, the way it is in English. We usually don't say, or we're conversing, or he's conversing with a friend. We usually use the word talking today, or speaking with. But just so that you know, conversar is here, and it's in the list. I'm going to just jump right over here. This is the word today that we use a lot more frequently, hablar, and we're going to get that in our second module, to talk. So for now, let's just practice. How about you are talking or conversing with a friend. We want the tu and we want the as ending. So we take off the AR. Tú conversas con un amigo. You're talking with is con, un amigo, a friend. Tú conversas con un amigo. Or let's say you guys are talking with a friend. We want the ustedes and the on ending. Ustedes conversan con un amigo. Ustedes conversan con un amigo. Descansar, to rest. And I really don't have any anchor for you to remember or memorize this word. I don't know the Latin root here. It's something I think we just need to memorize. Descansar, to rest. And not too many of us rest, so maybe we should just skip it. No, we do rest when we're through with our work. And we're watching TV, or we're reading a book, or we're just sitting daydreaming. So let's say I rest in the afternoon. Okay, which of course is probably not true for most of us, but let's try it anyway. So we want to say yo and the O ending. Yo descanso por la tarde. Por, P-O-R, la tarde, meaning in the afternoon, general time. Okay, we're not saying a given hour, we're just saying in the afternoon. Yo descanso por la tarde. How about she rests at night? Can you guess what it's going to be? Ella is the ending. Descansa, now at night. Por la noche, muy bien. Ella descansa por la noche. How about they, the women? We need the on ending. Ellas descansan. Ellas descansan at night. Por la noche. Muy bien. Ellas descansan por la noche. Bueno. The next verb is to wish or to want. It's an older verb in Spanish as well. We'll talk about a newer one later as we proceed through our class. But right now, we're going to use the AR verb desear. To want or to wish. Okay? And let's say, oh, I know. I want to sing. So we take off the AR, we get our yo, and then the yo ending. Oh. Yo deseo. Yo deseo. Now, how do we say to sing? Right here. It's the infinitive. To sing by itself. Yo deseo cantar. I want to sing. So sometimes after a verb we can use the whole infinitive. How about I want to dance? Yo deseo bailar. Okay, good. How about, let's say here, he wants to walk with the dog. Walking the dog. Okay, he wants to walk with the dog. Él, the él and the a ending. Él desea, he wants. Caminar, to walk with the dog. Con el perro. Con el perro. Let's try that in a full sentence. Él desea caminar con el perro. Wow, do you guys realize you're making full sentences in Spanish? You're taking off. As I said, the wheels are up and you're in the air. And where we are going, we can only guess. It's on a fabulous journey. It's exciting. So, next verb, dibujar. It's a strange sounding word. Dibujar, to draw. Okay, let's just say I want to draw. Well, we can just go back up here. Yo deseo dibujar. Yo deseo dibujar. Now we want to say, I am drawing a woman. Maybe we're in art class and we're doing some still life drawings. Yo, want to say I am drawing with the O ending. Take off the AR. Yo dibujo una mujer. Yo dibujo una mujer. How about, let's see, they are drawing a table. They're practicing their three-dimensional skills. We want to say it's a group of women in a class. We use the ellas and the an ending. Ellas dibujan una mesa. They are drawing a table. Ellas dibujan una mesa. Enseñar, to teach. I always use an example of a way to remember this, that you have to be to enseñar, como Juliana. Es verdad. Enseñar, to teach. How about she teaches Spanish. So instead of Juliana, we want to say she. Ella, we use the a ending. Take off the AR. Ella enseña el español. Ella enseña el español. En línea, online. En línea, online. How about he teaches at UM. Él enseña a UM. UM. Él enseña a UM. Of course, the a is at. Él enseña a UM. Escuchar is to listen, and it's really to listen to. You can put in that the to into the word itself. So let's say I want to say I'm listening to music. Or I listen to music. How about I listen to music in the morning? Yo escucho la música. How do we say general time in the morning? Por la mañana. Excelente. Yo escucho la música por la mañana. Excelente. How about we listen to music in the class? Well, we want the we, nosotros, and the amos ending. Nosotros escuchamos la música en la clase. Nosotros escuchamos la música en la clase. Esperar, to wait for, or to hope. Two really very different meanings. To wait for is in terms of waiting for someone to come or to arrive, or you're waiting for something to happen. And it's also to hope. I hope something happens, or I hope to see you soon. Esperar. So let's use it to wait for. So I am waiting for, it's included in the word, I'm waiting for the bus. We're in Mexico, and there are lots of autobuses in Mexico in the little towns, and so we're waiting at the bus stop. Yo espero el autobús. Or you can just say el bus. Yo espero el autobús or el bus. How about, let's see. How about they are waiting for the bus? No, let's use you guys. We haven't used that for a while. You guys are waiting for the bus. So we use the ustedes and the on ending. Ustedes esperan el autobús. Ustedes esperan el autobús. Okay. How about, let's see, let's use to hope. And I'm going to make a little sentence here and see if you can figure out what it means. Yo espero que todo está bien con ustedes. I hope that everything is good with you, or well with you guys. Espero que todo está bien con ustedes. Excelente. Or maybe they hope to walk tomorrow. Maybe it's raining today and they're hoping that they can walk tomorrow. How would we say that? Well, let's say it's a group of turistas maybe. They want to walk around La Plaza or somewhere in La Ciudad. So we're going to use ellos and the on ending because that's for they. So ellos esperan they're hoping, or they hope. And then we want to say to walk, caminar mañana en la ciudad. Let's try that again, the whole sentence. Ellos esperan caminar mañana en la ciudad. And finally, again, here they put estudiar because it's in alphabetical order. So here we have, por fin, our two columns here, our two lists of AR verbs. And I just want to go through a couple of little points that the book makes here. The Spanish present tense has several meanings in English. For example, Ana trabaja. Now we haven't had that one. It's going to be over here in our next module. She works. Ana trabaja en la cafetería. So it means Anna works in the cafeteria. She's working, or also does work, as we use in English. So just that one word means all three things in English. Isn't it much easier? Sí. Ana trabaja en la cafetería. And of course, they picked another one from the second column. Paco viaja, from the verb viajar, to travel. Viajar. Paco viaja a Madrid mañana. Paco travels to Madrid tomorrow. He is traveling to Madrid, or he does travel to Madrid tomorrow. So again, all three in one simple word, viaja. And as we noticed when we were going through our two columns, when two verbs are used together, the second verb can be in the infinitive. I'm just simplifying this because I don't like the grammar talk. So as I was explaining, I want to speak with Maite. Well, we say I want, deseo, or yo deseo, to talk or to speak. And of course, this is a little more modern word, hablar con Maite. Yo deseo or deseo hablar con Maite. And of course, again, they're going to pick one from the third column, to need, necesitar. And of course, that's a real cognate. Necesitar. Necesitar, to need. Necesito, I need. To buy, comprar, lápices. I need to buy pencils. Necesito comprar lápices. Now, what happens if we want to make something negative? We want to say no. So all we do is put no in front of the verb. I don't watch TV. Yo no miro. Of course, and mirar again is up here in this, to look at in the third column. Yo no miro la televisión or la tele. Yo no miro la, I think I just heard myself say televisión. Ay, Juliana, I know. Yo no miro la televisión or la tele. Okay? Ella no desea bailar. She doesn't want to dance. Ella no desea bailar. Okay? And we're going to talk about the subject pronouns a little bit later in the lesson, or perhaps the next lesson. But sometimes you can leave out the yo and the tú, because yo miro, the miro has to mean yo. So you can just say no miro, or deseo, or necesito, for example. Hablas, the as ending means tú, always means the tú. So you can just say hablas español, because we know we're talking about tú. And again, taking out the yo, no hablo español. instead of the yo. And I'm just touching on this. We will cover this with a little more depth soon. Let's look at the questions here that were in the video. Maite is asking Javier in her little interview, ¿Tomas muchas clases este semestre? And we are not really learning questions yet at this point. We will in the next module or next week perhaps. But this is an easy one. Tomas, and I guess that I am going to have to go back up here because again, it's in the fourth column. Tomar is to take. So are you taking? Because it's that AS ending, we know it's the tú. ¿Tomas muchas clases este semestre? You taking a lot of classes this semester? And Javier answers, sí, tomo tres. Sí, tomo tres. I am taking 3. So, I think this is enough for one day, or one afternoon, or one evening, one morning. Ay, mis amigos. So, hasta pronto y disfrutan de estos verbos. Enjoy these verbs. Hasta luego.